Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Europe West, where Diviny Lee is currently the rank 3 in the world Lee Sin player with 86 games played and a 70% win rate, which is ridiculous for the amount of games he's played. We're going to jump into the Rift and going to have a look at what exactly he does to make this pick work. And let's have a look. So, in the top lane, we will have a Irelia for the enemy team and a Sion on Lee's team with a Malzahar on his team in the mid lane, facing off against the Gragas. No, facing off against a Malphite and a Gragas jungle. Interesting. Okay, so then we have a Braum and a Zeri. Kind of a questionable comp, but also still doable. Facing off against a Zaya and Heimerdinger. Okay. Alright, so one thing about Lee Sin is obviously he can't do the standard recall into Red Trinket, as he will want to grab himself some wards. Lee Sin has recently received a couple of buffs. Mainly, he has been buffed through the Stealth Ward cooldown, which has been reduced a little bit. And so now he is able to use his Ward Hop a little bit more, which is pretty nice. Ward is placed by the Malphite here, allowing Malphite to track where Lee Sin is going to start. And we are starting at the chicken camps, obviously running Mai Tai Lee Sin. This Lee Sin seems to be like the most popular Lee Sin with all the mains. And he's going through, auto-attacking all of them once, all of the chickens once, and then is moving over to his red buff now. He's running the W and the E, which means he isn't really able to gank level 3 here, but he is going to reach level 3 pretty soon. Level 2, he's not going to gank. And the mid lane matchup was kind of a weird one. I mean, Malzahar is using a lot of his level 1 potential here on the Malphite, which is totally fine, but Malphite will receive the pushing advantage here. The question is that an advantage for him? As very good trades here by the Sion. And we will pick up the level 3 right here. And actually just immediately recall and go back, move our way down to the bottom lane, as Gragas will have first move inside of here. And will be lurking a little bit, looking for a gank setup. Zaya getting dangerously close there, but the Gragas is coming through. The heal comes through. The Gragas E-flash, and Zaya will get herself to safety. But Heimerdinger in a very different position as Zeri will get herself to safety, but will take the kill onto the Heimerdinger with herself. So pretty good job there, as Irelia will pick up a kill onto the Sion. Beautiful champion that. Lee Sin's gonna move in here and just abort that mission, as obviously you can't really do much there. And here this was just a pathing disadvantage for Lee Sin, where Gragas got first move and Lee Sin wasn't ready to respond there. Was not able to move. Smite comes out, Gragas will secure one scuttler and is on the way to the mid lane. Lee Sin is not going to be able to mirror that, and this is definitely a mistake so far. Oh, beautiful flash by the... I think he's gonna live barely. No, Malzahar will go down. Sion will pick up a kill onto the Irelia, and Lee Sin so far hasn't really done too good of a job, I would say. He's getting double scuttled, his clear wasn't very good. And he's not really predicting the enemy jungler. So when it comes to the jungle mechanics, yeah, I would say a Korean Lee Sin like Oner would have probably done a little bit better. But you know, that's fine. I mean, maybe it is the mechanics that knock it out of the park. This is also Masters, so it's not quite Challenger Elo. But you know, I want to not only cover pros, because like we all know that Oner is a wicked Lee Sin. Okay, good hop, as we are using the Q here to gap close. And we will pick up a kill onto the Irelia. So this was pretty good, right? He hits the Q, then he jumps to the minion. In case Irelia has flash and will flash away. The Irelia stun comes out. He will connect with her, but in the end, doesn't barely pick up the kill and then has to walk after her. But still, good line. So we'll pick up another camp. And go back into the base. And yeah, that was a very solid gank. I mean, you know, just the fundamentals of jungle are understood here. And Gragas now moving his way down to the bottom lane here. Gotta be a little bit careful with that one. As Malzahar will ding 6 now, and Malphite will ding 6 pretty soon. We'll move up to threaten the ultimate. Pretty good. Gragas now going to take a leave here. As Lee Sin is back on the map with a level disadvantage at this current point in time. We'll see whether or not he will equalize that out. Yes, he will equalize that out for now. I think Gragas still has more XP here. Yes. But generally not too bad. As the Sion ultimate and Irelia will still pick up a kill. Lee Sin here ready to gank. The Q hits and that is a double kill for Lee Sin. As a flash ultimate will secure a kill onto the Heimerdinger. For Jaime always going down as the E will not hit the Malphite. Malphite moving, but he will not be able to dodge the Lee Sin Q. And so Xayah will pick up a kill here onto the Malphite. Very good. That is definitely not a worthwhile trade as Malphite did use his flash and his ultimate there to get a kill onto the support while giving a kill over to the AD carry. So definitely a trade up just to that. And then obviously the gank was great as Gragas did recall, and then right after the Lee Sin gank approached. Can't help but note, but think that some challenger players would have a little bit more awareness of what exactly is going on and would have probably stayed in some of these situations. As Lee Sin is going to re-gank the bot lane. The Q will be missed, but an E flash will secure the slow and thus the kill. As the ultimate is picked up and we are picking up another kill on to the Braum. And now this Lee Sin is absolutely huge as he will be picking up a Sheen here. Very interesting. So Divine Sundra going to be picked up by this Lee Sin. Very interesting. As he will actually pick up the Divine Sundra already in one item. That is absolutely huge. I mean, this guy is a menace at this point. I need to move my camera. If I make my camera a little bit smaller. Now it looks like I'm pulling my mug out from behind. That's much better. Yeah, I'm a professional streamer and I do these things on the go, okay? Because I'm not a content creator, obviously. You can see from all the 1 hour that I have on my stream lately. Ooh, Malphite. I'm gonna find that ultimate. The Malzahar shield is pretty good against Malphite. It's pretty nasty. Sion doesn't value his life enough, so he's gonna pick up a plate here. And another wave probably going to go down as well. As the dematerializer comes down. And we will get ourselves executed here. Inside of the turret. And pick up this one minion. Ooh, the bot lane taking a lot of damage here. As a very good job by the Zeri. The extendo beam will cancel the Xayah. Xayah trying to look for a little bit of farm, but gotta be careful with the extendo beam, of course. Extendo beam now used on the minions. No threat of that. As Malzahar is going to pick up the entire tower plating available there. As Lee Sin is going to pick up the Herald for himself. And move on over to the top side, I would presume. Yes, looking for the top side as Irelia will sneak around. Or at least attempt to sneak around. Depends a little bit on what Malzahar is doing here. Lee Sin. So Irelia's pincered, but I'm not sure that the enemy team knows that she is. I don't think they do. as the Herald will secure the kill onto the mid lane turret here. It's gonna do slightly less damage than it could, but that's totally fine, as Lee Sin should probably lurk around here to force the second attack, as we are going to start to fight the Gragas. Can absolutely fight the Gragas, but not like this, as Gragas with a beautiful Q will actually pick that up. The Lee Sin kick comes out. The flash. Oh, beautiful play. And we are going to ward up to kill the Gragas. Very good job here. And the fact that he realizes that he can kick there and doesn't kick him over the wall is very good. So beautiful job. Even gets the flash out of the Gragas. Still picks him up. Very good job. Absolutely love it. As Smite is not available here for the Lee Sin. Did use that on the Gragas, but that's totally fine. He used it like Gragas had Phase Rush, but Gragas actually didn't have a Phase Rush. Irelia doing the good old destroying Sion. This is just always how it seems to go in this matchup. I mean, not always, but like very reliable most of the time. So here in the bottom lane now, Malphite trying to gank, and he will unfortunately not hit the CC chain here, which means now Lee Sin is going to be moving in and will trade the kills. And we'll pick up an extra on the house. Double kill here for the Lee Sin player once again. And his item seems to be working. The Divine Sundra, which is still such a weird item to pick up. But it's fine. I can accept it. As we're going to be dealing damage to the turret quite a bit. Alright. So Lee Sin is absolutely fed. Lee Sin is over the mountain, way too fed. And it's going to be very hard. But Lee Sin also does have this little internal timer where it can become very difficult to find the kills that you could on other champions a little bit later on in the game, and especially without lethality, it can be a little bit difficult. We'll see what his next item is here, but it seems like we're going for like an off-tank kind of Lee Sin. We are getting the GA, actually not a bad pickup, as it does protect the gold potentially, right? And you do not want to give the shutdown to the Zeri. I think that the priority of keeping yourself safe with a 700 gold shutdown is actually pretty high, because Riot Games made it so that you get immensely punished whenever you get too far ahead. As Lee Sin will pick up just a little bit more CS. Level 9 to level 8 on the Gragas. Let's check the XP bars. And yeah, I mean, it is almost a full level as Lee Sin will be moving in here. The kick comes through. And we are going in 1v2 as Malzahar will slowly be following up. Malphite now here. The ultimate is going to come through. The GA will be procced. Heimerdinger will arrive, and Malzahar not ready to ult here. But the double kill for the Heimerdinger, and Lee Sin will force another flash here out of the Malphite. So the GA already well used. Not too bad. Not too bad. As we are going to pick up a mid lane turret here, and Malzahar obviously going to deal a little bit of damage. The 1-for-1 trade here in the top lane now obviously favoring the red team as well. As if this lane manages to go even, that is the last potentially winning lane here for the blue team gone, which could be really nice. And it's hard to say, but I would say that Sion and Irelia are actually pretty even. Given the supreme scaling of the Sion, you could even say he's a little bit ahead. Because it's going to be very difficult for Irelia, specifically in this game, to be impactful. And I think, given the matchup, Irelia should be a little bit further ahead. As we will pick up another kill here onto the Zeri. Zeri doesn't seem to know what playing safe is. But then again, no one ever came back from just playing safe and losing. And a little bit of damage here by the Gragas. Now has to try to get out of there. Flash. Wonder whether or not that is worth it. I think you could have just thrown the Q to proc the Malzahar shield, and the additional W damage not that big, as Xayah will ult and then flash all of the CC here. And that means that now the blue team doesn't really have a lot going for them anymore, as Lee Sin will be helping out the Sion, pick up a kill and take that for himself, actually. As the rest of the team will be destroying the mid lane turret here. The guys in the top lane took out the top and will be taking or dealing a little bit of damage here to the next tier 2 top lane turret. As Lee Sin actually moving in to help his team here, to assist a little bit, as the Malphite and the Aurelia are going to respawn now. No Malphite ultimate available yet. Aurelia ultimate is available, so this definitely prompts an Aurelia all in pretty soonish, as the Sion will come out with a Baus special ultimate. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't too effective, as Aurelia will find the all in, but she will be locked down here. Still will find a trade here onto the Xayah. Sion goes down, as well as Lee Sin will trade back together with the Sion what has been lost, and the game will probably end right here, as the red team is now just inches away from winning this game. Just a couple of auto attacks here as the Zeri will move in. Let's see if Braum and Zeri can stop this, but no, at this point we are too far gone. The Zeri doesn't really do enough damage, and that is going to be a stellar performance here out of Divinely. Bit of a wonky early game start, but definitely knocking it out the park once he started finding some ganks. And so the next review is probably going to be Oner, and we will kind of try to find out what, you know, the differences are. And I mean, Oner's mechanics are insane, so I think that Oner is better, but we'll see. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay awesome.